Next topic we have is separable and non-separable verb, which was supposed to start at 11:10. That's okay. We are 2 minutes late. This topic is again very easy if you practice it properly. It becomes difficult if you do not. Now, separable and non-separable verbs. We have two categories of verb which are separable, which are non-separable. Let's first talk about prefixes which are never separated from the verb. There are 7 prefixes which we will never, separate. Prishan Kheza. Sanjana, correct. So, ver, ser, emp, end, er, be, ge, and there are 7, correct. These 7 prefixes we will never separate. Okay, make sure these are the prefix. Whenever you see, we will never separate it from the verb. It's going to be with the verb, no matter what, no exceptions. Now, whenever verbs are with, verbs are having, I'll say, prepositions, I'll put it star, as prefix, the prepositions or the prefix are going to be separated from the verb. Separated from the verb whenever. Okay. Apart from prepositions, ein also belong to this category. For example, einladen. Okay. Mitgehen or a mitkommen. Okay. We have more, which is anrufen. Okay. Anrufen. Now we see ein, mit, an. These are what? These are the prefixes. Prefixes. Okay. Yes, Sanjana, we have moved to the next topic, so you can just check the answers later on and focus on this one. Another important topic. Okay. Einladen, which means to invite, to come along, to call. Okay. We have mitbringen, einkaufen, to bring along, to shop. Now, whenever we see these kind of prefixes with the verb, they are going to be separated from the verb, and how they react this way. Ich rufe dich morgen an. What happens to the verb? The prefix is gone to the end. In these cases, let's write a note. While breaking separable verbs, the prefix will always go in the end of the sentence. Always. Okay? Always. Provided there is no modal verb, provided it is not pepes. I am talking about present tense only. Always. You see, the an is in the end. So the conjugation is like ich rufe an. Du rufst an. Er ruft an. Sie ruft an. Wir rufen an. Ihr ruft an. Sie rufen an. Sie rufen an. Always. Any memory techniques to remember German words in A1. Do not follow any technique. You will be lost. Especially in A1. In A2, you can play with your tricks and tips. But A1, just learn the words. It's important. Learn the sounds. It's important. This is where the beginner. That's what I believe. I don't know how others, what other believe, experts believe, but this is what my experience is. In A1, if you are applying logics, you are going to land nowhere because you are wasting or you are, utilizing your mind somewhere else, but not mugging up words. In A1, ratification or this one, knowledge of vocabulary is important, not the techniques. Technique you should use in A2 or B1 or higher level, not in A1. It's not going to help. Okay, so if you are a beginner, Balaji, if you are in A1, no techniques, please learn the words. In Netzwerk, in Arbeitsbuch, after every chapter there are vocabulary. There is vocabulary given. You need to learn that vocabulary. Okay, learn the words. Do not follow any trick. Okay, Balaji, I hope I answered your question. Thank you. Okay. Ich rufe an, du rufst an. So these prefixes will always go in the end. So let us try to understand this way. That's my prefix, and that is the verb. Prefix and the verb. And what prefix could we have? Any preposition, not any ideally, but yes, most of the preposition and the word ein generally. So when we break the verb, so we have subject plus verb plus object plus prefix. It's simple. So your subject, this verb is this part and prefix is always in the end. Prefix will always go in the end. Okay. If there is modal verb, then of course the verb has to be in infinitive form. There we don't need any description. Okay. We are going to cover this part when we are doing modal verbs. Okay. Wann kommst du heute an? Ich komme 9 Uhr an. Was bringst du mit? Ich bringe Cola mit. Was kaufst du normalerweise online ein? Ich kaufe nur die Kleidungen ein. See, all the things, all these prefixes I am always giving or sending in the end. Okay. Exceptions do not exist provided there is no modal verb and there is no past form of the verb. I thank again everyone whosoever has joined just now. Thank you very much for joining in and making this event interesting. Really motivated and really appreciated. Thank you very much. This is about my separable verbs. Exceptions, whenever we see these 7 prefixes, whenever I see these prefixes, they are never going to be separated at any cost. No matter what happens, these will not be separated. Same thing applies to the PPSY form. This is where you will know the importance of these 7 prefixes when you are going to convert the verb in the past form. Okay, when you add GE, machen, gemacht, anmachen, angemacht, the GE comes between the prefix and the verb, but these will not carry any GE with them. Okay. Right. Questions, please. Let's try to do a short exercise. If you can look at the screen, nicht trennbare Verben, non-separable verbs. Be, emp, ent, ge, ver, zer. We will never separate it. How do I write the first sentence? Bezahlen du die Rechnung. Bezahlst du die Rechnung. Beginnen der Kurs am Montag. Let us write down. Bezahlen du die Rechnung. How will I write? How will I write? Bezahlen du die Rechnung. Bezahlen du die Rechnung. How do I write? How do I write bezahlen du die Rechnung? 1 minute. Let me bring my notepad. Window capture. How do I write this part? The first one. Bezahlst du die Rechnung? Second one. Bezahlst du die Rechnung? Beginnen der Kurs am Montag. Der Kurs beginnt am Montag. Empfehlen ich das Stieg. Ich empfehle das Stieg. Entlassen die Firma viele Arbeiter. Viele Arbeiter entlassen die Firma. Erklären Lehrer die Grammatik. Der Lehrer erklärt die Grammatik. Genießen du die Freizeit. Genießt du die Freizeit. Verstehen ich das Problem. Ich verstehe das Problem. If you can simply observe, I have not separated this ver, ge, er, and from the prefix. That is the rule here. We do not separate them. If I talk about separable verbs, so these are the prefix generally which we separate from the sentence. These are the prefix which we separate. When we use trennbare or untrennbare, thank you for raising this question, Mel. There are no specific situation when you need to use separable or non-separable verb. There are verbs which are separated and non-separable. It depends on the verb whether you can use it as separable or not use it as separable. Whenever you have, suppose, the verb bezahlen, payment, to pay, it is a non-separable verb no matter what. Okay? Separable and non-separable, they are not situation specific. They are the verb specific. So if verb has to be separated, it has to be. If it is not supposed to be separated, it is not supposed to be. Okay? Learn it this way. If you think situation wise, it's not going to help you, Mel. Okay? In the next one, when we see the prefix ab, an, auf, aus, ein, mit, her, vor, zu, zurück. These are my separable verbs. Let's try to break these verbs. Abfahren der Bus in 10 Minuten. Let's try. Der Bus fährt in 10 Minuten ab. What did I do? Abfahren, I see that ab, I separated it and brought it in the end. Abfahren. Ankreuzen, du die richtige Antwort. Kreuzt du die richtige Antwort an. What did I do? Again, an. I took it from the verb because it was a prefix and I brought it to the end. Aufstehen, 7 Uhr. Er steht 7 Uhr auf. Again, auf in the end. Aussteigen, ich in Frankfurt. Ich steige in Frankfurt. Okay, it's not visible. Now you see. Ich steige in Frankfurt aus. Ankommen, der Zug 20:30 Uhr. Der Zug kommt 20:30 Uhr an. An in the end. Einladen, ich Peter ins Kino. Ich lade Peter ins Kino ein. Ein separated. Herstellen, Siemens Computer. Siemens stellt Computer her. Vorlesen, die Studentin das Referat. Die Studentin liest das Referat vor. Zumachen, du die Tür. Machst du die Tür zu. Zurückgeben, er das Buch. Er gibt das Buch zurück. See? All these prefixes are separable and we have to send these prefixes in the end and no exception. Question, please. I am going to leave this exercise on screen for 5 minutes for your practice. What you need to do, try to just solve these, and the book I am using is Deutsch aber Hallo for the exercises only. Okay. These are the verbs which are supposed to be filled in the respective blanks. As roofed, which exercise? Which exercise are you talking about, Sanjana? You forgot S roofed. Where is it? There was no unroofen is not there in that exercise. No problem. So everyone, you are requested and du magst du die Tür zu, and du mag is a statement. Du magst this Tür zu, we don't like this. You are closing the door. Du magst die Tür zu. You are closing the door. If I am requesting someone, magst du bitte die Tür zu? Please close the door. Machen Sie bitte die Tür zu? Please close the door. Formally. Du magst die Tür zu is like you are giving a statement. You are closing the door. He has closed the door. Er hat die Tür zugemacht. Okay, that's a statement. So we have imperative or the question. Magst du die Tür zu with exclamation mark? That becomes my imperative. That is, close the door. Magst du die Tür zu with a question mark? That becomes my question. Are you closing the door? Okay. Just for 5 minutes, spend on this particular exercise. Thank you very much, Mel, for asking questions. It's very good. You are trying to make the session interactive and you're trying to make me awake, which is very good. Thank you. Spend around 5 minutes on this exercise and try to, put these verbs in the blanks. Just only 5 minutes, not more than that. I'll proceed to the next topic, which is 1 minute as per the schedule. Possessive pronoun, which we are supposed to start at 11:40. We only have 5 minutes for this one. In case you have any question, you may please ask, or we'll start with the possessive pronouns and articles sharp at 11:40. We have 7 minutes for that one. I am glad that we are following time. Very good. Only 7 minutes. In case of any question, please ask. Thank you very much for your time, everyone. Now, let's try to solve this. What is the first one? Which verb will we fill in the first one? Answer please in the chat box. Du kaufst im Supermarkt ein. Wir morgen nicht nach München. Correct. Wir fahren morgen nicht nach München ab. Is it correct? Oder wir fahren morgen nicht nach München mit. Is this correct? Anything. Idea is that you separate correctly. Ich dich zum Essen. Ich lade dich zum Essen ein. Klaus morgen Besuch. Klaus bekommt Besuch. Der Zug in München in 5 Minuten. Der Zug fährt in 5 Minuten ab. Wir kommen morgen nicht nach München zurück. Okay. Zurückkommen, we don't write. Zurückkommen is in sentence number K. Nadja kommt morgen aus Rumänien zurück. In this case, it's going to be in B1. You can simply write mit. Wir fahren morgen nicht nach München mit. Wir dem Lehrer im Deutschkurs. Wir dem Lehrer in Deutschkurs. Hören. Wir hören dem Lehrer in Deutschkurs zu. Paul an der nächsten Station. Paul steigt an der nächsten Station aus. Okay? That's how you use the separable or non-separable verbs. Kommen zurück. Nach zurück, so it should be K, Mel. Nadja kommt morgen aus Rumänien zurück. So you come back from somewhere. We don't say you are coming to somewhere back. You are coming back to somewhere. We come from somewhere. Correct, Mel? It should be in K. Nadja kommt morgen aus Rumänien zurück. Nadja kommt morgen aus Rumänien zurück. In B, you can write mitfahren. Wir fahren morgen nicht nach München mit. We are not coming along. We are not coming along. Okay? Mel? Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that.